What does Hollywood, Lady Gaga, Andrew Cuomo, the Democrat Party, the mainstream media, and the LGBTQ lobby all have in common? Intolerance toward Jesus Christ and people who believe the Bible. It's open season on Christians and human life in the womb. So what is God's view of human life? Well, He created each one of us, knew us before we were even born, and knit us together in our mother's womb. And get this, in the Bible, a pregnant woman is even referred to as being with child. Think about that for a minute.
Congratulations.
But last week, on the anniversary of Roe v. Wade, New York Democrats cheered with glee as godless Governor Andrew Cuomo signed the Reproductive Health Act, which legalizes the slaughter of babies in the womb at any stage of development. New York was already the abortion capital of America, killing babies at twice the national average. But they had to take bloodlust a step further. Now, a viable preborn baby can be terminated as deemed necessary to protect a patient's physical or mental health. These are the same people opposing immigration policy, right? Author and blogger Matt Walsh commented, quote, "Please don't complain about deporting children if you support murdering them. You are standing on a mountain of dead kids while you sermonize about being compassionate to kids," unquote. But what seems to have gone under the radar are other bills signed by the New York governor, including one that would make it illegal to discriminate against LGBTQ individuals. It goes without saying now that any discrimination on the basis of sex, race, or religion is wrong, period. But discrimination based on selected gender identity is now a criminal act in New York, and offenders will be guilty of a hate crime. The Gender Expression Non-Discrimination Act adds, quote, "gender identity and expression," end quote, to existing legal protections against discrimination in housing and employment, which sounds reasonable until you look at how broad the scope is and the fact that religious freedoms now take a back seat to these new transgender rights. And another thing, don't even think about counseling a sexually confused child, because a separate New York bill prohibits mental health professionals from helping turn children from homosexuality and transgenderism. But the same bill does not apply when it comes to converting or counseling heterosexual kids to accept and support LGBTQ indoctrination and lifestyles. Bragging that New York was one of the first states to pass a law legalizing same-sex marriage, Cuomo said, quote, "There is no state that has been more aggressive in advocating and achieving rights and acceptance for the LGBTQ community. This is New York at its best," end quote. Next, liberals attacked Vice President Mike Pence because of his faith, again. This time, they're appalled that his wife, Karen Pence, volunteers at a Christian school. Now, the New York Times is even looking to dig up dirt on Christian schools in general in order to do another hit piece. Then there's Lady Gaga, who auctioned off an autographed guitar to raise money for Planned Parenthood. And she also professes to be a Christian, by the way. Who knew? Now, she trashed Mike Pence, saying he is the, quote, "worst representation of what it means to be a Christian." Take a look.
And to Mike Pence, who thinks it's acceptable that his wife work at a school that bans LGBTQ, you are wrong. You say we should not discriminate against Christianity. You are the worst representation of what it means to be a Christian. I am a Christian woman. And what I do know about Christianity is that we bear no prejudice and everybody is welcome.
Now, we're not expecting immoral people to live by what the Bible teaches, nor do we want to force our beliefs on them. But there is only one way of salvation, and we do have good news for the poor in spirit, a message of hope for the hopeless and eternal life for the lost. Yes, we call out hypocrisy, but regardless of the treatment of Christians, we have a higher calling, and our purpose remains the same. Keep following Jesus and be light in the darkness. I'm David Fiorazo. God bless you, and keep speaking the truth about things that matter.